We're going to work on footwork and on some balance work. If you think that you need something to help stabilize you, feel free to find a countertop, maybe in your kitchen or bathroom, that you could hang on to and use for support. If that's not an option for you, you're more than welcome to use the back of a chair. And if you'll just place it in front of you and take your hands to the back, that's an option. As well as taking whatever countertop or chair off to the side and just lightly touching that. So I'd like to start with your feet in parallel, so big toes together. We want to feel the abdominal wall pulling in, pulling up. We want to feel the backs of the hips tighten. We want to feel the inner thighs very active here. And then rotating the thigh bone in the pelvis, so you've got a squeeze from the back of the hip. Let's rotate and let the toes reach out to the sides and the toes come back. Of course, this is happening from the thigh bone, not from the lower half of the leg. And again, we're rotating, really using those muscles into the backs of the hips. And again, and rotate and come back in. Keep the belly strong and tight. Keep your body nice and tall. And in, again, out, and in, and again, out, and in. Again, with the belly tight, the body straight and tall. We're gonna rotate from the backs of the hips and hold it in this position. Let's rise up and lower the heels down. Still feeling that pull upward, even as you lower the heels down. Again, we're rising up and down. Belly stays tight. Backs of the hips active and engaged. And again, we're gonna rise up and lower the heels to the floor. Now we're gonna keep the heels to the floor. Again, feel the abdominal wall lift, feel your torso nice and tall, and then we're gonna bend the knees. Knees push back over toes, and we're gonna straighten the legs. And again, and bend, and straighten, and again, and bend, and straighten, and again, and bend, and straighten. Now putting it together, so we'll rise up, bending the knees, lower the heels, and straighten the legs. Again, rise up, and bend, and lower, and straighten, rise up, and bend, and lower, and straighten again, rise up, and bend, and lower. We're gonna reverse the direction. So again, the heels stay to the floor, the torso stays really straight and tall, and we bend the knees. Knees pushing out over the toes. Lift the heels, straighten the legs, and lower. Again, bend, and lift, and straighten, and lower. Again, bend, and lift, and straighten, and lower. One more time, and bend, and lift, and straighten, and lower the heels to the floor. Let's rise up here for a moment. And if your hands are on the countertop, see if you can release them. Just let them rise up. Hold on to it, pull the belly to the spine, feel the backs of the hips, feel the inner thighs, and then let's lower the heels down. All right, so our next movement, we're gonna take the legs a little bit apart, a little wider than you had them. And again, we're gonna keep the belly tight, abdominal walls pulling in, pulling up to keep your torso really strong and tall. You've got the rotation in the back of the hips, so you should feel your glutes active, the backs of the hips active. And from this position, nice and tall, we're rising up and lowering the heels down. Again, rising up and lower. Again, rising up and lower. And again, to rise up and lower the heels to the floor. So keeping the belly strong and tight, we're bending the knees this time with the knees out over the toes, and straighten. Again, the heels stay against the ground, so you're getting a nice stretch there in the back of the calf, the back of the ankle, and bend, and straighten, and again, and bend, and straighten. Let's put it together, so we'll rise up, and bend, and lower. Straighten and stretch through the legs, and again, rise up, and bend, and lower, and straighten again, rise up, and bend, and lower, and straighten. One more, rising up, bending the knees, lower the heels, and stretch through, reversing it. So we'll bend first, lift the heels, again, keep the body tall, stretch through, and lower. Again, bend, and lift, and straighten, and lower. Again, bend, and lift, and straighten and lower. One more time, and bend and lift and straighten and lower. Again, let's try rising up here, pulling the belly in tight to the body, and if you can, release your hands from whatever you're hanging on to, keeping your torso really strong and tall, your legs stretching and reaching up, and we'll lower the heels down. Go back to the hands being on the counter or the chair, wherever you need them to be, and we're gonna go into transferring the weights. This is a great balance exercise. We're gonna bend the knees and we're gonna straighten onto one leg. Again, bending both knees and straighten tall onto the other leg. Again, bend and straighten and bend and straighten and bend and straighten and bend. Keep the belly active. And again, bend and straighten. One more time. Bend and straighten, and we'll take both legs down. Okay, we're gonna finish with just a pure balance here. So again, hands to the countertop, to the chair, whatever's close by if you need that assistance. You're gonna feel the belly pull in, feel that abdominal wall, you're nice and tall. Again, the backs of the hips are active because we're in this rotated position, which is gonna automatically turn those rotators on. We're gonna stay nice and straight and tall and just lift the right leg up, standing on your left. Keep the left leg and left side of the body reaching up towards the ceiling and lower that foot down. Again, your belly's tight, straight up through your center line. And then again, lift up off of your right side as you lift your left leg. Keep pulling the navel in, reaching the top of the head to the ceiling and lowering that foot down. Again, the right leg up and get taller. Feel everything pulling into your center line and lower, and your left leg. And of course, all that can be done, hands to the hips, hands in front, wherever you need them to be so that you have that nice balance work.